If life is good, I'm prospering, everything's going my way, it doesn't mean it's going to continue this way forever. We see how once certain things were valued, no longer valued or even enjoyed. Jeremiah brings the contrast to where they were to where they are now. He uses words like he has become, has changed, are regarded, has become cruel, are desolate in the streets, embrace ash pits. If we continue verses 6 to 9, we see the same thing, which was overthrown as in a moment, were purer than snow, were whiter than milk, has become like wood. He brings this contrast. Life was good. They had gold, verse 1. They had sacred stones, in verse 1. Their children was with them, in verse 2. They ate delicious food, verse 5. They were pure, they wear purple clothing, verse 5. It describes good life. They enjoyed life. Enjoy, eat, be merry. Everything changes when suffering comes. What people valued before, no longer value. We see this contrast in verse 1. Lamentation 4:1. How dark the gold has become. How the pure gold has changed. The sacred stones are poured out at the corner of every street. What does it mean, gold has become dark? What does it mean pure gold has changed? What does it mean the sacred stones are poured out at every corner? You know, today rich minerals are sought after. You know, people are fighting for property of minerals, the territory. Even wars going on to conquer certain mines. Worth a lot of money. Everyone wants gold. Everyone wants sacred stones. But now he says they became dark. Their circumstances altered their perspective on the riches of this world. The circumstances of suffering. The circumstances of God's judgment. Nebuchadnezzar came and created a siege around Jerusalem. He cut off water. He cut off supplies. More than 18 months the siege lasted. You could eat so much what you have saved. Most likely the birds and the pets were gone very quickly. And what people value at that moment now no longer value. And we read in World War I, during the siege, people were offering gold for bread, and nobody was selling them bread for gold. We see that. Suffering has a way of crushing our values. What we see to be treasures, what we see to pursue after, no longer triggers our happiness. It's too late, of course, yet we see this. We see this in our life when people go through suffering, and we see this in our life when people come to a place when they have to die. person laying in bed, he begins to think about his life and the value that he has built up no longer in his eyes considered to be valuable. This is when a person begins to reevaluate his life. Yeah, all his life he lived a certain way, pursued certain things, but now he has to die, and he's thinking, how foolish was I to pursue all these things? The same thing with suffering. When we suffer, it has a way of reconstructing things. It has a way of crushing us. And also suffering brings the worst in us.